guys, May Flom here. If you are in my Kitastic 2016 class, then the container I've got right here is going to look familiar to you. If not, you can check out all of that info. I'll put a link down below on this YouTube video and over on my blog as well. So what I've got here, I made an autumn kit. Okay, and the full video is in class of exactly what I put in here and why. But what I want to do right now is I've got this little star that I haven't used yet, and I want to see if I can I love doing a seasonal kit. Couple reasons. Number one, projects, whether it's home decor, gifts, whatever, cards. I've got stuff ready for the season, all grouped together. That's number one. Number two, it's quick and easy. It doesn't take that long to put together a little grouping of things that go together. And number three, it gets me actually using that seasonal stuff instead of just having it sitting around. Anyhow, this little star here, this just got picked up at the craft store probably a good while ago. It's a little bit warped, which is why I haven't used it. I don't think it was warped when I bought it, but it's possible. I think I've had it for a while. I love the whitewash wood. I think it's really cute, and it's got its own little hanger. So what I'm envisioning is I just went and pulled some ribbons. I've got some ribbons here that I can tie on. I was also kind of envisioning hot gluing some ribbons to the back, okay, and having them hang down so that there were some of these little guys. I did a video about how with the scan and cut I can put cardstock on the back of my stickers and have them cut out for me, which is a huge help. But what I'm actually thinking right now is I'm thinking I might have little deer and little bear on the actual project here, and then have little owl over there, or maybe opposite, maybe have bird here and owl here. And then all I'm going to do is just pick and choose little items, little stickers and things from here in the kit that I made myself, and just start to assemble. I mean, I've even got these cute little pebbles things. I could add the little fox if I wanted, or maybe just the pumpkin, a leaf, a mushroom. Got a lot of options here. So I'm really just going to take stickers and things here and start putting them down. We are going to keep this project super simple. I've got some orange ink around the edges. That's just archival ink, okay? You could use anything as long as it's not water reactive. And then I want to put some bows. So I just tied a little bow. To tie a little bow, just get whatever ribbon it is that you want. And this is how I like to do it. I make my two little loops, loop one through, and I like to do it this way, because then what I like to do is just work really slowly and just adjust the edges until you like them. And you can kind of adjust and tighten so that it's even, so that it's got the look you want, all that good stuff, like so. Or, you know, in this case, I want a couple of, I think that this brown one is going to be what I have the bow, but then I'm going to want some like multiple tails coming down, I think. I'm not going to do that part yet because it's going to take up the top. What I want to do first is figure out the bottom. I want to figure out how I want to arrange everything, how I want stuff to go. And I'm going to do a combination of hot glue and PPA adhesive. I'm going to do a combination because some things, like my little animal friends here, I feel like they're going to go down better with some of the PPA. I feel like they'll just do a little better with that. Other things like the ribbon, I don't love to do ribbon on this kind of a project with PPA because there's more of a dry time. It's a little more difficult to pull off. So see, I've got my bear right there, and then my deer, and I'm not going to totally worry about, you know, covering every inch with the PPA. Just a reminder, it's a matte finish, so if you've got things you want to feel glossy, you don't want to put this on the front, because if it gets on the front, it will be a matte finish. It will take away any shine. Fine for this project because it's all very matte finish. It's not going to be an issue. And then I'm looking through my kit. I've got these leaves. I've got these guys. I've got an autumn embellishment kit here. I've got a lot of different things that we can play with. And let's see, here's some cork hearts. There's a lot of fun things that we can play with. So what I am going to do is just kind of arrange a few things here and there that I like. And I'm not going to worry about, you know, these little guys are going to wiggle for a while because they've got wet adhesive there. I'm not going to worry too much about, you know, getting anything just so. I'm not going to stress out about any of it. I'm just going to have fun with it. And like these guys, you know, I think that these will do well with the PPA. If they don't, I'll just adjust later. And I don't need a ton, just a little on there. We'll get that little guy going there. I'm just going to arrange myself a little cluster. And when I'm arranging clusters, you know, they've got the big guys go first and then we work smaller. So I started with the larger items. Now I'm going to work smaller. And yes, I am with these leaves. I am just putting them straight down because what I am going to do is once I have all of these matte finish items down and I'm happy with all the items that I have down, I think I'm going to add a little flower here. Then what I will do when I'm all the way done and I feel like I'm really content and I'm happy with this, then what I am going to do is take everything and coat it in the PPA over the top. And I'm going to coat it over the top of the PPA because, and I wanted to put that up high, but it's just not going to work out. So I'm going to put this down low. And what I'm going to do is adjust everybody. So what I'm going to do is put PPA over the top of everything. And I'm going to put it over the top of everything because that will seal all of this in so that like these stickers can't pop off, so that things will be really nicely put together. And I like how that looks. And I want a third little leaf. I'm just trying to decide which little leaf and exactly where I want to put it. I think I'm just going to put it right here by my little sentiment. And because everything either has liquid adhesive or no adhesive whatsoever, oh, you know what? I can do a bigger leaf because of the way that's set up. A bigger leaf will actually fill that space a little better. So let's get that bigger leaf in there. All right, so once I'm happy with everybody, over the top, and this is why I said no water reactive ink around the edge, because if it was right now, doing this, it would make a big inky mess, and we definitely don't want that. I'm not going to worry about my little mushroom there because it's got a good amount of adhesive on it. I'm just going to make sure everybody gets, and yes, I'm using my finger. Yes, you could use a paintbrush. Just going to get a layer of this on everything and make sure everybody is stuck down. If I have any areas like the top of this bear, I'm not sure if the top of this bear has any on the back. I'm just going to use my finger there to get it on there. And then once this is done, get out the hot glue and add a few more elements. Well, as you can see, I just keep on adding little bits and pieces, and I'm rotating between the PPA for little tiny things like I added some stickers right here and the pearls, but then the bigger things, the buttons, of course, the rubbery elements that you see. And you can see here with my bow, what I ended up doing was doing a double layer bow, and then I've got everything hot glued into place, so it's kind of cascading down, and I've added my little birdie up here. I don't know that Mr. Owl is going to end up being on here anywhere. I mean, I guess I could put him off to this side if I wanted, but I don't really feel like he necessarily adds anything there, so I'm going to keep him in my kit for some other project. And I'm just taking a look around to see if there's anywhere else that I want to add any little last embellishments here, but I feel like I'm really satisfied with it as it is. So, and I even, you know, I thought about if I wanted to add more trim. Adding more trim would actually be really easy. You would just hot glue and then just poke it down in here where the end can't be seen, and then you could just kind of trail it along as you like, but I feel like I don't need more. I feel like I'm good with what I have here. So I'm gonna let that stand. I'm gonna let that be. And the only last thing that I really want to do is I want to take some, excuse me, I've got things falling over here. I'm gonna take some mist. This is a Perfect Pearls mist by Ranger. They actually don't make this anymore, but you know, golden mist, sparkly mist of some sort can be a lot of fun to these kinds of projects. And I've got a couple bottles of this because I love it so much. So I stocked up before it became no longer available. So I like to mist just like 3 sprays max. What that's going to do, this particular spray, you're not going to see that at all when you look at this project straight on. But when you get to an angle, you're going to see like golden sparkliness all over. Now, if for some reason you did too much or you don't want, you know, maybe you don't want it on parts, you can wipe it down, and I'm going to show you up close here. You see how the bear now, how his body has been visibly wiped down, so you can adjust, especially since these are all coated with PPA over the top. You can remove some if you want from any elements of your project. Personally, I like how it looks. I think it's cute and I think it's fun. I'm just kind of wiping down, since I went and did that for you guys, I'm just kind of smoothing it out so that the sparkle will be all over and not too heavy in any one spot. I think this came out so cute. I absolutely love it. For even more ideas for creating with the supplies you have on hand, creating with a pre-made kit. Guys, I cannot tell you how much I love having a seasonal box full of coordinated items that I just go to, whether it's decor, card making, scrapbooking, anything at all. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Remember, I've got that class, so if you want to join us over there, please do. And I hope you've enjoyed this project as well. I'll see you next time.